Chapter 6 Microsoft Excel 2016 Chapter Ethics Features of Excel Starting Excel 2016 Basic Worksheet and Workbook Concepts Components of a Worksheet Moving around the spreadsheet Entering data Types of data Performing calculations, working with worksheet, saving a workbook. Introduction to Excel 2016. A spreadsheet software is widely used in schools and offices. A spreadsheet is an interactive computer application program used for organizing and analyzing data in a tabular form. It is a table of values arranged in rows and columns. It enables us to perform calculations on data in a quick and efficient manner. It also allows us to plot charts and graphs which make it easier for us to understand the data. Features of Excel 2016. Excel allows us to sort data either in ascending or descending order. Excel has built-in formulas and functions to do calculations. If some data is in series, it can be quickly filled in the row or column using autofill feature. We can easily format the data in charts and graphs with the click of a mouse. Excel automatically changes the result if any values are edited in any of the cells. In Excel, data can be formatted in many ways to change the look of the spreadsheet. Advance your knowledge. VisiCalc Visible Calculator was the first spreadsheet computer program for personal computers, originally released for Apple II. By VisiCorp on 17 October 1979. Starting Excel 2016. To start with Excel 2016, follow the given steps. When you open Excel 2016, the Start screen appears. Select the blank workbook thumbnail from the screen. A new blank workbook named Book 1 will open before you. Advance your knowledge. The first electronic spreadsheet was VisiCalc, which was created by Daniel Bricklin R. and Bob Princeton L. in the early 1980s. Basic worksheet and workbook concepts. The Excel window that appears on the screen is called a workbook. It is assigned a temporary name as Book 1. Workbook is like a notebook, which consists of a number of pages called worksheets. A worksheet is a grid-like area made up of rows and columns, where you can enter and work with data. By default, an Excel workbook displays a single worksheet with the name Sheet 1. We can add any number of worksheets in a workbook according to the limits of memory available on a computer. A worksheet consists of 10,48,576 rows and 16,384 columns. Columns are represented by alphabets on the top and rows by numbers on the left side of the worksheet. Advance your knowledge. You can apply a background to the Excel sheet. Click on the Page Layout tab, Background option in the Page Setup group. Shortkeys. To create a shortcut of Excel, select the Microsoft Excel option from the Start menu and drag it to the desktop. The Spreadsheet window. File tab, Formula bar, Name box, Active cell, Row heading, Status bar, Column headings, Worksheet view options. Shortkeys. You can use Ctrl plus F1 key combination to hide and display the ribbon as per the requirements. Advance your knowledge. Merge and Center button on the Home tab lets you place the contents in the center of cells across a number of columns, rows. Components of a worksheet. Cell. A cell is an intersection of a column and a row in a worksheet. Each cell is identified by the column letter and row number, which is known as cell address. For example, A5 refers to the cell at the intersection of column A and row 5. A cell is used to store data such as text, numbers, formulas, functions, etc. A cell can contain up to 32,767 characters. Active cell. When you click on a cell, a thick black border appears around it, which differentiates it from the rest of the cells. This highlighted box is called cell pointer. It indicates that the current cell is active. Data can be entered only in the active cell. Range. A range is a group of contiguous cells which form the shape of rectangle. It can be as small as a single cell or as big as an entire worksheet. You can specify a range by writing the cell address followed by the ending cell address, both separated by a colon. For example, C1, C10 indicates a range starting from C1 cell address and ending in C10 cell address. Name box. Name box is located just above the column heading on the left side of the window. This area displays the location of the cell pointer. Formula bar. The formula bar is located to the right of the name box. This bar shows the characters and formulas that you enter in active cell. Column headings. Alphabets across the top border of each worksheet are called column headings. These headings identify columns with letters A to Z, AA AZ, BA BZ, XAA XFT. Every worksheet in Excel contains 16,384 columns. Row headings. Row headings are the numbers marked from 1 to 10,48,576 along the left border of the worksheet to represent each row of it. Status bar. The status bar is located at the bottom of the Excel window. It gives us information about the current selection. It includes the name of the current selected command or currently activity. It also displays warning messages. Moving around the spreadsheet. To input data in a worksheet, we have to move the cell pointer from one cell to another with the help of various keys defined in the given table. Keys function. Right arrow moves one column right. Left arrow moves one column left. Up arrow moves one row up. Down arrow moves one row down. Page up moves the active cell highlight to first row of spreadsheet and can be used as an alternative to scroll up the worksheet. Page down moves the active cell highlight to the next sheet and can be used as an alternative to scroll down the worksheet. Ctrl plus Home moves the cell pointer to the first cell of the topmost row. A1. Ctrl plus N moves the cell pointer to the last used cell on a spreadsheet. Entering data. Follow the given steps to enter data in a worksheet as shown in the figure. Step 1. Open a new workbook by selecting the blank workbook thumbnail from the start screen. Step 2. Click on the cell D1 and type weekly expense. Now select the cell range where you enter the text. Click on the Merge and Center button in the Alignment group on the Home tab. The selected cells will be merged and the text will be centered. Step 3. Click on the cell A2 and type items. Press the right arrow key. Type Monday in B2 and Tuesday in C2. Likewise, enter data in the rest of the cells as displayed in the fig. Step 4. Click on the cell A3. Type disposal and press the enter key. The cell pointer shift to cell A4. Step 5. Type biscuit and press down arrow key to move to cell A5 and type soft drink similarly. Enter the remaining data. Short keys. To insert a new worksheet, press Shift plus F11. Advance your knowledge. We can expand or collapse the formula bar by using Ctrl plus Shift plus U key combination. To open a workbook, click on the Open option on the File tab menu or press Ctrl plus O key combinations. Short keys. To go to a specific cell, use Ctrl plus G or press F5. Function key. Type the cell reference in the reference field of Go To dialog box. Types of data. 3 types of data can be entered in a Microsoft Excel worksheet, which are as follows: numbers, text, formulae. Numbers. Numbers are values that consist of numerals from 0 to 9 and the characters like plus, minus, exclamation, @ dollar, percentage, wedge, and etc. They can be used in calculations. In addition to actual numbers, Excel also stores date and time as numbers. By default, numbers are right aligned in a cell. Text. Text data can contain alphabets, numbers, spaces, and special characters. Text data is not used in calculations. By default, text data is left aligned in a cell. Most often, text entries are used for worksheet headings, names, and for identifying columns of data. Formula. Formulae are mathematical equations involving number values, operators, and cell addresses used for performing calculations on a worksheet. Formula can range from basic mathematical operations to complex calculations. Formula begins with an equal to sign. Performing calculations. Plus E3 plus F3 plus G3 and press the enter key. The sum of the values in the cell B3 to G3 is calculated and displayed in the cell H3. We can use either tab or the Home tab. Excel suggests a range which we can either exit or select a different range. To make use of AutoSum option, move the cell pointer to cell H4. Click on the AutoSum button. Excel suggests the range B4, G4. Accept the range by pressing enter key. The sum of the values in cells B4 to G4 is calculated and displayed in cell H4. Note: Excel also provides special built-in mathematical functions such as sum, average, count, etc. Instead of typing such a long formula, bracket is equal to B3 plus C3 plus D3 plus E3 plus F3 plus G3. The sum function can also be used to calculate the total expense. For example, is equal to sum bracket B3 G3 bracket close and press the enter key. Similarly, we can use average, count, max, minimum functions. Working with worksheet. Switching between worksheets. When we add a number of worksheets, only a few worksheets can be seen on the screen. To switch between worksheets, use Ctrl plus page up and Ctrl plus page down key combination. Renaming a worksheet. Step 1. To rename a worksheet, double-click the sheet tab you want to rename. It will be highlighted. Now, type a new name and press the enter key, or right-click on the sheet tab which is to be renamed and click on the rename option. Adding a new worksheet. Step 1. To add a new worksheet, select the sheet before which you want to place a new worksheet. Step 2. Right-click on the sheet tab and select the insert option. The insert dialog box appears with the worksheet option selected. Click OK. You will notice a new worksheet gets inserted before the selected worksheet, or click on the new sheet icon present next to the sheet tab. A new worksheet will added, or select the Insert Sheet option in the Cells group on the Home tab. Removing a worksheet. Step 1. Place the mouse pointer on the worksheet tab that you want to delete. Step 2. Right-click on the sheet tab and select the Delete option, or select the Delete Sheet option in the Cells group on the Home tab. Saving a workbook. To save a workbook, follow the given steps. Step 1. Click on the File tab and select the Save option. Step 2. The Save As panel will appear. Step 3. Click on the Browse option. The Save As dialog box appears. Browse the drive and the folder where you want to save the workbook. Step 4. Write the file name in the File Name text box. Step 5. Click on the Save button. Step 6. The file will be saved with an extension XLSX. Tip: you can save your file by using the Ctrl plus S key combination. You can also select Save button on the Quick Access toolbar. F12 key can also be used to save the file. Advance your knowledge. In Excel 2013, adding, removing, renaming, switching and saving of worksheet requires the same steps as used in Excel 2016. Take a review. Microsoft Excel is one of the most popular spreadsheet software. A workbook is like a notebook and worksheets are like the pages of a notebook. An Excel workbook displays a single worksheet by default with the name Sheet 1. 3 types of data can be entered in a worksheet, such as numbers, text, and formula. Formula are mathematical equations involving number values and operators used for performing calculation on a worksheet.